In today's video, how to use supersets for your benefit.
All by myself.
Hey guys, it's Paul Rella from ProPhysique.com, and we have another issue of Mass. That's right, the monthly application of strength sport. November's issue is out. Didn't get a chance to do a video yesterday, but I wanted to review the entire magazine first before I discuss a topic, and I found a topic that I wanted to discuss, and that is supersetting. Supersetting antagonist muscle groups, meaning muscle groups that are kind of opposing each other. So a superset would be a set where you perform a consecutive set without resting. So if you're going to do a superset of biceps, that would be like curls and then a barbell curl, right? Dumbbell and a barbell. But we're talking about antagonist muscle groups. So the study actually talked about chest and back, which I think is a very cool study design, because long time ago, famously Arnold Schwarzenegger said that he felt he got better chest and back workouts when he paired those muscle groups. And so I think these results are interesting, because you would assume that when you're not resting and you're doing the same amount of volume as a group that is resting, the group that was taking rest between sets and completing the workout, although the workout would take longer, they would have more energy and get more total volume in. But this study was set up in such a way that it tested that. And guess what? It showed that there was actually a little bit more fatigue resistance and possibly some benefit from doing the superset. Now, the two movements they used were seated cable row and bench press. And I'll tell you why I think that's a good study design, and why I think there may have been the results that there were. But if you really want to hear it from the experts, then go check the link right below. Okay, this is called the Monthly Application of Strength Sport, and it's put together by three of the best people I know in the fitness industry world as far as education, experience, relatability to what we do. You know, a lot of exercise science stuff doesn't really come down to resistance trained physique athletes, powerlifters, that kind of thing. But this does, because guess what? Eric Helms, pro natural bodybuilder, Mike Zordos, Dr. Squat, Greg Knuckles, powerlifter, they all kind of blend and meld. You know, Dr. Zordos is an instructor. He has his PhD. Eric Helms just got his PhD, and Greg Knuckles has definitely been, I hate to say it, Eric, but probably my favorite writer thus far. And so it's been really nice to have this to review. And a lot of things that I do, the career that I have, the work that I'm doing, people say, how do we get started? Well, this wasn't around 10 years ago when I got started. It's around now. So take advantage of it, because just reading through these study designs, it's going to conjure up some questions that you're going to have for yourself, like, what did they mean by that term? What was that word? You're going to start to investigate and look things up. And if you're really passionate about this sport, if you're really passionate about this career in the fitness industry, as a coach, whatever capacity, or even if it's just for your own training, you're going to benefit from this. So click the link below, check it out, download it, and review it. And you know, help out my man Eric Helms, Mike Zordos, and Greg Knuckles, because they are awesome dudes. So let's talk a little bit about the study design. They had 3 sets of each. 3 seated row, 3 bench press. One group performed them in succession with a rest. So they just did the seated row, took a rest, did the seated row, took a rest. The other group did the seated row and moved immediately into a bench press. Now, one thing I've noticed in the past, because I like to train chest and back together occasionally, I'll go through periods where I do and don't, but when I do train them together, I alternate my sets, and here's why. The muscles of the back, when they're filled with blood, actually provide a bit of oomph for pressing, okay? So if you can imagine the lat muscle right here, when you're sitting on a bench press and you're coming down to bench, that actually provides some support, some rigidity, so that you can press better. And the research study, I'll show you the graph right here, actually shows that the group that was pairing their sets with the antagonist muscle groups actually saw a benefit. They were actually able to produce more volume per set, and I think that would be why. Now, is that going to be directly related to putting on more muscle? Potentially, because we generally say that volume is the best indicator for muscle growth in the future, right? It's not the only thing, but it's definitely one of the most important aspects. So technically you're gonna get a little bit more volume if you're pairing sets. The other issue with us is we live our lives. We don't get to train in a vacuum and be in the gym for 16 hours a day, okay? So pairing body parts together like this occasionally can put you in a position where you're in the gym less time. And if you're in the gym less time, you can do other things like maybe prepare your meals so that you're actually benefiting from all this training. So you're getting your meals in, you're getting your high quality protein, you're recovering, whatever it may be. Another aspect of supersetting is, and I'm not gonna overlook this because it's gonna be considered, highly narcissistic, that would be the pump. There's nothing better than a back and chest workout with a pump. Or I'd like to say an arm workout. Like on days when I go to do just arms, I don't sit there and do a set of biceps and wait around for 2 minutes to do my next set. No, bicep, tricep, and arms are pumped, they grow. Same thing when you do chest and back. When you do chest and back, when you do a set of pull-ups and go over and do a set of incline dumbbells and back and forth, your upper body just kind of expands and it just feels good. We are creatures of, enjoyment. We want to know that we're putting in this work, and it kind of gives you a sense of progress when you get better pumped than the last time you got a workout in. So definitely something worth trying. If you're not using it, look at this study, look at the study design. There's also some suggestions for future study designs. I don't want to go too into detail, right? These guys put a lot of work and effort into this publication. I want you to go review it for yourself, but I can tell you some of the articles include, well, here, I'll put the table of contents. And there's another one about cardio and training and how you should pair them, right? For your optimal amount of progress. But they're always, if you go back 7 months, they're always putting information out related to actual research and then also how we can apply it to what we do. And then what I really like is at the end of each article, they talk about their suggestions for what should come next, because research just leads to more research, right? You're answering a question, but that often raises the next question. And that's the great thing about exercise science, is that we're still kind of just tapping into what we know and what we're learning, at least in terms of physique enhancement. There's a lot of history with endurance stuff that they've learned that's allowed endurance athletes to perform better, but we're still learning about the benefits for physique athletes, and I think that's where the exciting stuff is going on. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. Got a lot going on. My show is less than 9 days away. That's right, OCB Florida West Coast Classic. My trophies are at my feet. Got to get them over to the venue in the next couple days, but we are going to have an awesome show. So if you're in Tampa, come check us out. Website is tampanatural.com. And then the weekend after that, be down in Miami for NPC Nationals. And if you're around and you don't say hi to me, I'll be mad at you. All right, guys, have an awesome day. I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
By myself.